Hello everybody, it's FarmSim Guy here. Welcome back to Bull's Gap and the Survival Challenge. If you remember, if you've managed to catch the live stream we did earlier in the week, we did a full 3 hours on here and made some superb progress. We got ourselves our horse paddock in. We don't have any horses yet because we're a little bit tight on money, but that's ready to go as soon as we've got a bit more cash in the bank. But we did manage to plant 3 of our fields. Here was the 2 that we'd set out at the end of the last real episode before the live stream. But we managed to get 2 more fields in. One just here. So we cleared these trees and got this field in, which is nice. And then another one here. And all these have been planted. This one has soybeans in it. This one's got oats for the horses. And then, of course, in here, canola and a few more soybeans in here. So decent crops that will get us a good bit of money. Now, the weeds are here already, and even though it's 5 PM, I'm going to make a point of getting those sorted tonight because I don't want those weeds to grow too much. I did think about spraying them, getting a sprayer, but actually I've found a rather nice little weeder in the shop, in the mod hub this week, for just £700. So what we'll do is we'll run and get that, and we'll get that job done before it goes dark tonight. And then what we'll do is we'll take stock and see what we're going to do tomorrow. I think we'll start tomorrow by doing a bit of logging, getting some money back in the account. What I do want to do is save up to buy the greenhouse and the onions because I think there's something lucrative in that. So really, what we need to do there is think about manure. We're going to buy a manure sell point. Place it on the farm so we've got a constant supply of manure, which is good, which will help for the fields as well. But also we're going to need some way of getting water sorted as well. So lots to think about, but for starters we will rattle over, we'll go and get this weeder and we'll get those fields sorted as soon as we can. I've got to say I have been blown away by how good this little International tractor is. It's a fantastic bit of kit. When we've got a bit more money, we will potentially consider, we've found a logging version of this, which was recommended to us by George Rowell last week in the stream. So thank you, George, for sending me the links to those. A couple of great little tractors there. I'll show you what they look like, actually. There is one, which is nicely dressed up. Look at the curtains and stuff in the cab. Fantastic. I think they do that quite a bit with their Romanian tractors. They dress them up a little bit, so that's quite nice. But I really like the Forestry version. This looks great, and you can really bump the horsepower up in this as well. Like a 200 horsepower tractor here. So that may come in very handy as the farm gets a bit bigger. We can have a dedicated forestry tractor. But for now, priorities are elsewhere. And their priorities today are on this little weeder. Here it is. We do have a few options, but this, super basic, but equally super useful. I don't usually play with weeds, so it's a nice little addition to it. And it is a survival series, so we can't make it too easy for ourselves, can we? But this should be quite a straightforward job to do. We should be able to cover off all 4 fields and get them cleaned up before it becomes too much of an issue. I think the latest field we planted isn't completely covered in weeds yet, but certainly the first 3 we can get sorted. So we will see you back at the farm. Right, here we are back at the yard. I'm going to take this opportunity to top up the tank again. Drinks a lot of petrol, this actually. Either that or we're using it a lot. 8.4 hours on this already since we bought it, so it's definitely become our main tractor. A workhorse. Don't get me wrong, the little John Deere is great as well, but that horsepower may start to become a little bit of an issue in the next wee while. It's only got a little bit of horsepower in it, so we need to just keep tabs on that. But for now, we will get some weeding sorted. while those fields are being cleared of weeds, we'll start thinking about what to do next. And what I would like to do is maybe clear a little bit of clearing here for some things like a water tower. We're going to need a water tower or a water tank. 1, to feed the animals, but 2, if we do buy this greenhouse as well, we're going to need that to help us. So I think what I'm going to do is clear this area here. Now there are some non-pine trees here. Now I don't know how they'll perform. In terms of being able to carry them and use them for forestry. I don't know what the price of them's like either. Obviously we'll give it a go because we're game for trying anything, but it might slow us down a bit. I don't know yet. I am unsure, but let's strip these trees. We'll cut a little clearing. I think a little water tower would be nice. I found a nice one in the mod hub as well, which isn't too expensive and should keep us in a good quantity of water. I've also found a little water tanker as well. It isn't so offensively expensive. It doesn't feel like a waste of money. So from a practical perspective, yes, we could use Global Company's animal extension, but I think for the moment we'll just do it ourselves. Like I said before, it is a survival series, so we don't want to make things too easy for ourselves. Maybe as the farm gets bigger, we'll move on, but at the moment I think making sure that we do a variety of different things to keep it interesting for you guys, but also not making it too not too easy either. What I'm enjoying about this series, to be honest, is the process of thinking through every problem and trying to solve the problems when you haven't got a lot of money is quite good fun. So I think we'll maybe go a couple deeper. We've got to make it quite a decent amount. We still need to sell quite a lot of wood. The onion greenhouse is 25,000. I know it will bring us returns in, which is great, but that's a lot of outlay. That'll be by far the most expensive thing we've spent money on so far. So we've got to make sure it's got to make sure we make it worthwhile. So let's get some of these trees down, and we'll get a load off to the sawmill. You've seen a lot of logging now, I know already in this season, so I will skip forward in time. I think you know what I do and how I get it done now, so I don't mind putting on a little time lapse, but also I'm sure you don't want to see. Let's try a non-pine tree though in there as well. That's massive. That thing is huge, look at that. This could be fun. Well, you can't even remove those big branches. Okay, that is going to be really interesting.
It's time for a day. Get behind the wheel and drive. We don't care about the time. With you by my side, I don't need to hide. I feel alive. You bring me coffee in the morning, post it with a love note. We both like to take it on a Sunday night. You know just when to kiss me. You know I don't like whiskey. This is why we work, why it's you and I. Down the line, people will forget the reason why they walk down the aisle. They lose their love to everyday life. That's not you and I.
I thought I'd try now we've got our new digger, seeing if we could straighten these up a little bit before we chop them. Just intrigued to see if they're all roughly the same length that we could make the job of cutting them a little bit easier. And it does look like it's better than nothing, I suppose. I could go around to the other side and push them down. We'll try it once. If it works, it means we can do it again. If not, at least we tried and we know how it works. Oh, that's looking promising. It's looking promising indeed. Okay. That was a well worth exercise. Could probably match the lengths of our logs now. Okay, let's just pop him back over here. We'll get these chopped up and onto the trailer. Like I said, you've seen loads of logging, so you know what happens here. We'll come back when it's ready. Well, we're getting the last few bits of logs on here. I have to say, using the little digger to straighten the logs up has made a massive difference in the speed of getting the logs onto the truck, no question at all. We've nearly finished the weeding on the fields as well, which is great. I wanted to do that before the end of the day because they grow quick, those weeds, and if we didn't catch them early, we would have had to spray them, which would have meant buying more equipment. Now, we will need, I'm sure, a sprayer at some point in the future, but for now, it just wasn't required. So, we'll get these down to the yard. There is this big tree here, and there's a couple. Actually, what I'm going to do is grab that log that we've already cut there, and also this one rogue tree at the front. In fact, no, I might leave that. I was gonna get rid of that. I quite like it. I may remove it in the future, but for now, quite like the fact that it hides what's going on behind it. So what we will do after this is, like I said, take this down to the saw yard. We will think about getting probably the water tower and the manure cell point here in preparation for the onion greenhouse, and then we'll think about how we're going to fund that. There we go, 6,942, so a little bit less than the 7,000 we usually get. It wasn't a completely full trailer, but again, that pushes over 10 grand, which is always nice to see. Okay, we are back at the yard. Time's pushing on, actually. So here are our options. We'd like to use this area for manure and for a water tower. Now, manure will come in handy for the fields as well, because we can fertilise using manure. But also, I think in the future, I would like to think about getting a BGA so we can fund that with silage grass that we make. So, whether a manure spreader is the right thing to do, we still need it for the onions, though, so it's definitely something we want to buy. Now, what I do have in here, though, is this little well, and the fact it's free, because in essence we're taking water off land that we own. I quite like the idea of that. Now, where I'm going to put it, though, in a practical spot, I don't know. Probably, maybe next to the toilet? Is that appropriate? Well, we'll make it appropriate. Let's just find out where the tap is. There it is. Let's spin it around so the tap's at the front. Let's just pop that there, shall we? Now we've got water, which is great, hopefully. That will see us right for when we're filling up our greenhouse. So we've saved a bit of money there. What I think we do need to do is put the manure point in here. I'm not going to do it yet, just because we don't need to. We don't have the greenhouse. We don't have the money to get the greenhouse. But we'll head up here. The tractor appears to have finished 3 of the fields now, and the weeds are off them, so that's great. So I'm assuming, really, it's just the final field here, which I will leave overnight because it's not fully weeded yet. So I'll let that go until tomorrow. So I think we're done here for the night. We will close everything down, and we will see you in the morning. Morning everyone, we're back and we've had a good rest. We're going to go and get the weeds off that final field, and we will see how the crops are growing. But I do think maybe today is another day of logging. Wowee! We've had some serious growth in the crops overnight. Look at this. This is amazing. This is amazing. I'm just going to check, actually. I do not have my crops on fast growth, do I? No, normal growth. I'm going to move that to slow, just for my sanity, because that's grown super quick. Now, my only concern is, am I going to be able to get these weeds off this last field here? Or have we missed the boat and we'll have to spray them? Yes, we've missed the boat. And there weren't even any on there last night. It has really grown quickly, hasn't it? How good does this look, though? Look at our crops. They look fantastic. Now, that changes things considerably as well. I think we need to put the... looking at the speed these have grown, I think we need to put the... onion greenhouse on hold. Because we're going to need a combine harvester incredibly quickly. So... I think we're also going to need a sprayer, because I would like to get those. I would like to get those weeds off that field before we combine it. So I think I know the sprayer we've got that will work for that. So I'm going to go and have a look at that now. Show you it. Along at the end here, we've got this lovely little lizard, very basic sprayer, but it's. Takes 600 litres, and it's got a 6 metre width, which is great. So what we'll do is probably just buy that. Obviously we need liquid fertiliser as well, so we'll need to buy some of that. There it is, lovely little sprayer. I don't even think you can fold it up, but it'll do perfect for the size of fields we've got, and to be honest, at this price, it's a bit of a result. That is 1600 litres worth, so we'll fill that up. That's going to have to stay here for now, but I don't think we'll go through 1600 litres very quickly. And we will head back to the farm with this very wide load on the road. We'll see you back there.
I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste it. Now, cause I don't wanna slow this down. My heart is screaming out your name. I'm wasted on you. Here we are, right underneath the stars. So let's get a little reckless. You make me breathless.
So there we go, field finished. That was a very efficient use of spray as well. That IBC full of herbicide could last us a very long time. But look at this. I mean, just look at these fields. I think they look fantastic. I'm almost tempted to remove that tree at some point, kind of in the way now, for us to get to our other trees, but to our other fields. But worry about that another time. Let's drop this back at the yard. We do need to get some more logging done, because I think our next purchase needs to be the combine and probably a trailer, because we are fast running out of time before those crops are going to be ready. So let me just pop this over here. Okay, we're going to jump into this and see what we can do with this massive tree. I have to pull it away first. In fact, let's do that now. I'm going to pull it down a bit and see what we can do with it. Not used to having trees of this size. I'm intrigued to see what sort of money we can make from it. So we're going to have to do some climbing. Okay, we'll come back in a little while, I think. I'd just like to point out that I'm cutting this into tiny cubes, and I still can't pick it up. So this is going to take a while. Kind of wish now that I dragged it down to, in fact, that's what I'm going to do. I think this might just go straight into the chipper, because there's no way I'm going to cut all of this down to this size.
And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste it.
Okay, that's the last couple of bits from the big trunk, which took a while to cut up. Do you know what, actually? It brought in quite a lot of money, that. That was about £1,000 for that, just one tree. So, it was worth doing. It's still not the most efficient way of doing it, and I think I've got quite a lot of the tree still left up here to come and collect. But let's just strip these branches off. It wasn't as bad as I was first expecting. Obviously, it would have been nice to be able to take it down to the sawmill, but that wasn't possible. Somewhere here there is crikey, there is absolutely tons of this tree. And again, have to pull some of this out of here. I think there's a pine tree in there too as well.
Promise that I will stand by you forever, and I won't waste it. I'll follow you, yeah. I'll follow you, yeah. I'll follow you, yeah.
Okay, a couple of bits there I can't pick up, and for some reason my I can't select my chainsaw at the moment, so I don't know what's happened there. I probably need a little restart. But what we'll do, I think we've called it there, I think, for the end of this episode. But what I will do just before we go is I will commit to purchasing our little John Deere. There we go, 7,200. We're going to put a cabin on it because it looks cool. So we will buy that, and that leaves us 3,100, which is enough to get the header as well. So we will get the header, and we'll go and quickly have a look at this. Again, we'll buy a used second-hand one, and then we'll have enough money to repair this. So there it is. We've bought a combine. Not much fuel in it, and it needs a good repair, but it looks great. And that's actually really, really positive in terms of progress. So we will hook this up, and we will run this back to the farm. First things first, it is very low on fuel, so I'm going to dump a load of fuel in this so we can run it, and the other thing I'm going to do is repair it straight away as well, just so it's ready, you know? Nothing like being prepared, right? So there we go, fuel in. Oh, we've got one barrel left. That fuel's lasted as well, actually, hasn't it? And I'll reverse over here up to the shop, and hopefully be able to do both. Let's do the header first. Hopefully this will work. Yeah, there we go. Repair, £16. It's so worth buying stuff second hand, isn't it? So worth buying stuff second hand. There we go. And repair here, £67. So we saved about £3,500 by buying this second hand. And it's cost us, you know, £170 to repair it, give or take. So not bad at all. And we have got fully fledged, fully functional little combine that I think is perfect for what we need, ready to go as soon as our crops are ready. And to be honest, they ain't going to be long. So we'll tuck him down here for now, out of harm's way, until it's time to need him. But it was well worth buying. I know a few of you had said in the comments that that's what you wanted to see me getting. So there you go. A lovely little combine, and I think we'll use that point to end the episode. Thank you so much for watching as always. Again, I think we've made masses of progress this episode, and I can't wait to see what comes next. Really enjoying the series. Thank you all for joining the live stream on Wednesday as well. It was certainly one of my most popular live streams for a while. So stay tuned. There could be another one this Wednesday. I shall see how my diary pans out. But for now, from me, the Farm Sim Guy, thank you so much for watching, as always. And I will see you all again very soon. Bye for now.